Hey everybody, Nikolai here from RCGroups and FlyingGiants.com. Today we've got a special treat for you. This is, of course, the Timber 110 from Hangar 9 and Horizon Hobby. If you've been at the hobby shop for any time within the last couple of years, you've surely seen or heard of or maybe even flown the Timber. They've got 4 different versions out now, and now with this one we have 5 different versions. This is a massive airplane. Just to compare, I brought out my little favorite UMX Timber here. This thing can almost fit inside of it. Look how massive this is. Just incredible size. It's of course a balsa and plywood frame. You can do electric or gas. They're looking for 30 to 50 cc, or you're looking at a 12 cell setup for electric. This one is electric. We're running it with the Power 180 up front from E-flite and a 12 cell setup inside. We've got two 6 cell 5,000 milliamp packs of the new Smart Safe, the new the smart batteries from Horizon, which are quite incredible on their own. But this plane, let me tell you, it went together really fast, really cleanly. Everything, a lot of the work was done for you up front from the factory, which is an awesome thing to see for a plane this size. I had it together in a matter of a week and a half of a couple hours each evening. It was really nice. All the hinges are pre-glued for you except for the rudder. That one you have to install. But I had very few difficulties with this assembly. It went together really nice. So beside the Power 180 up front, we've got the Talon 120 HV or ESC, and that'll be controlling everything here. And it's got a nice 20 amp BEC in there that should be great for powering all of these servos. There is 7 servos in this, so you'll need 8 for a gas setup. But we're powering it with 7 Spectrum brushless high voltage digital metal gear servos. There's a couple nice features I'll point out for you. There's nice hatches. So there's a top hatch here where you can screw in your wings. There's a massive, the whole front canopy here is a nice whole hatch that you can put in to get to your access to your batteries or your fuel tank, and some access to your radio components back there. And then there is a nice hatch on the side here that goes in with 4 little screws, so you can get to the back area of the radio plate. So they thought that out really nicely. And the wing goes together with 1 nylon bolt on each side, really quick. Couldn't be much simpler. One of the nice things that they did for you is they included paint matched thumb screws here to do your major assemblies at the field. So assembly and disassembly at the field is really nice and quick. That worked for everywhere except for the bottom of the struts here. It's a little tight. When you have the wheel fairings on there, you can't quite get your thumb in there, but it's not a problem. You can just as easily thread a normal bolt in there with a little nut driver. So as with the other Timbers, you've got huge surface flaps here, lots of control on any surface that you want to do, so it's going to give you a lot of aerobatic control or anything you want to do. You can tame them down, fly it like a trainer, you can do anything you want. We've had a couple flights on this so far, and let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. You can, like I said, you can fly it like a trainer. You can just fly it around the pattern, tame the rates down, do touch and goes all day long, and have a blast. But if you do a couple mixes and turn up your rates, you can do full span ailerons, which will just let it roll like crazy. When we turned that on and we did an aileron roll, it was our jaws dropped as to how fast it could roll. It was really quite impressive for a plane this size and a high wing to be able to perform those kind of aerobatics. So you can do fast rolls, you can do hovering Harrier rolls, any kind of 3D maneuver. It's really kind of interesting to see a high wing plane of this size being able to do that kind of maneuvers. So it was really interesting to fly. You can also program another mix, so you can have crow and have full span flaps, or I'm sorry, have your flaps down and your ailerons up, so you can do a dive and not gain any speed. That's a lot of fun too. Now we've had this up for a couple flights already, and let me tell you, the Horizon really put their thinking caps on and covered a lot of bases with this plane. When they went giant scale, they considered a lot of possibilities and different types of pilots that might want to fly this. Not just the foamy electric guys, but when you get to a plane this size, you got to consider different classes of pilots. So they really have a lot of different bases covered with this plane. With the Timber 110, you've got your STOL pilots covered that want to do quick takeoffs and landings and that kind of stuff. And you've got your trainer, you know, your big trainer plane guys covered. You've got aerobatic and 3D pilots covered with the amazing aerobatic control and surface control that this plane has. 3D pilots and aerobatic pilots will have a lot of fun with this. And not to forget the tow pilots that want to tow gliders up with this. You can put in a servo right here with a tow release, and this little thing will easily tow up giant scale gliders with, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. So you can do just about anything you want with this plane, and that really makes it a high value plane for a lot of different categories of pilots. So once again, this is the Timber 110 from Hangar 9 and Horizon Hobby. Now we're gonna have a beautiful day here to go get some flying video footage for you. So let's get chopping. But don't forget to check out my full review at RCGroups and FlyingGiants.com. And until next time, keep your wings level.
Taking off.